Have you ever felt like quitting the business? Is there anyone? Be sincere. There are things that has happened and you just felt like, man, this thing. Have you ever felt like quitting? Okay. Now I'm going to share a couple of things with you. This is something born out of working the business for, just so we know, yesterday, 13th March, marked 6 years that the Own Your Life campaign started. Yesterday, 13th of March, marked 6 years. It was on 13th of March, 2016 that Own Your Life campaign was launched. Officially, yes. 13th of March, 2016. And it kicked off with so much expectation, so much hope. We didn't have any result, but we hung on to the hope that, man, is going to be a worldwide phenomenon, a positive revolution that will change the world. And so has it become, to the glory of God. So we thank God for that. But for some of us who have been in this business for 6 months, for 3 months, for 1 year, for 3 years, for 5 years, for 6 years, have there been a day you woke up and you'll be like, man, this thing, are you sure I shouldn't go and take back another job? Are you sure I shouldn't? Are you sure what my husband is saying is not true? Are you sure what my colleagues, my family is saying is not what I should do? I want you to stay with me this morning. Pick up your notes because I'm going to explain certain things with us. And some of these things, I am able to explain them to you because I have experienced them. And one the things that helped me to deal with them is what I'm going to share with you. Now, Eric Worre has done a phenomenal work in helping me combat some of those moments. And I want you also to hear from him, as they are very, very short videos, very, very short, but I want you to pay attention to exactly what he said at each of these moments. So stay with me while I share my screen with us, okay? If you can see my screen, let me know what you can see on my screen. If you can see it, let me know. When you start seeing my screen, let me know what you can see on my screen, okay? If you can see it, let me know what you can see on my screen. I want to be sure I'm carrying everybody along, okay? You are welcome. And again, you are welcome to the Super Monday Cell meeting today. Now, so many of us started off this business with so much excitement. Is that correct? We were so passionate. We could see our dreams become reality. We could see our life aspirations becoming realities. We could see our dreams come true. Am I correct? Someone say no sound. Please, if you can still hear me loud and clear, let me know. Okay? If you can still hear me loud and clear, type yes. Okay? If you can still hear me loud and clear, okay, good. Dinah, please check your device to be sure. Maybe you're logging in and out to be sure you can hear. Now, that excitement with which we started the business, little did we know the reality of the business. And what is the reality of this business? That's the first thing I want to share with us. So stay tuned, okay? As the video goes on, let me also know if you can hear Eric Worre loud and clear. They are very, very short videos, but they're super powerful.
That 5 people could get 5, could get 5, could get 5. That was my expectation. But that's not the reality in our world. So what I'm going to do in this course is I'm going to teach you how to build a team that duplicates. I'm going to teach you how to build a team that continues to go whether or not you're actively pushing them all the time. But know this. no matter what I'm going to teach you, you as the leader are vitally important. You say, no, I want to duplicate and you're independent from me and you move on your own. I wish that was the case, but show me a top income earner, I'll show you somebody who's been a consistent top leader with their organization. They become an emotional security blanket for the whole team. They cause people to take action that wouldn't have been taken without them. So it still requires that. But in order to really take a look at this, you need to understand the statistics. You've got to understand some numbers. And I'm going to give you some numbers that you may or may not like, but they're true. Jim Rohn taught me, you need to know your numbers. Know the game you're in. What are the statistics that work in your business? What are the things that you should expect in your business? What's the standard? What's the setup? How does this work? Okay? Out of every 100 distributors in network marketing, 70 of them are consumers. They recruit exactly 0 people. 70 out of every 100. Now, many of them join your opportunity as a distributor because it was very inexpensive and they could do that to be able to get the product less expensive. Some people do that, okay? That's very common inside of our business. But others just become consumers of the product and that's it, okay? 70 out of 100. You telling me that if I recruit 100 people, 70 of them are never going to recruit anybody? If you take a look at the law of large numbers, you might be above that average, but if your group gets big enough, that's what it's going to be. Unless the companies change the designation so they don't become a distributor until they recruit somebody, then your numbers will change. But for the entire profession right now, 70 out of 100. Second group of people are a group that we call social enrollers. These people recruit between 1 and 2 people lifetime. 1 to 2 people lifetime. They love the product. They're willing to share, but they don't really want to build. Any recruiting happens by accident. It's not really their intent. And that's fine. People find that their place. How many people have people in your group that are like that? Great. Social enrollers. Out of 100, 20 are social enrollers. Third group are what we call retailers. They recruit 3 to 5 distributors lifetime. What they do primarily is sell and service customers. The social enrollers, they use the product and they're willing to share and they'll get a few. But the retailers are people who they're just into selling and servicing customers, selling and servicing customers, selling and servicing customers. And they do that enough. Typically, they'll bring in 3 to 5 people onto their team. And out of 100, 5 of them fall into the retailer category. Fourth group, what we call the recruiters. And you can come up with your own names. I just made these names up. There's not anything official about them. They recruit 6 to 9 people over the kind of lifetime. They sell and service customers. They recruit and train other salespeople. Okay? Out of every 100, it's about 3 of those are recruiters. They're going to bring in 6 to 9 people lifetime. And group number 5 are what I call the super recruiters. They bring in 10 or more lifetime. They average 27. These statistics are all big data statistics. I'm not making them up. I might round them a little bit just to make the numbers a little easy. But this is the big number statistics. They average 27. 2 out of 100 fall into that group. What I got to tell you is, in the super recruiter group, 70% of all recruits in network marketing are brought in by that group. Group number 5, super recruiter group. 70% of all the distributors recruited every day are recruited by that group. So if we change these numbers to out of 10, you've got 7 that are consumers, 2 social enrollers, 0.5 retailers, 0.3 recruiters, 0.2 super recruiters. Now, isn't this exciting? So exciting. Oh my gosh, my future is assured. This is awesome. This is the reality. These are the numbers, okay? Now, these numbers are great if you understand them. These numbers will work for you if you stop being...
Okay. Majority of us signed up into the business with the anticipation that, in fact, while we sat in the hall, we've made a mental list, a mind list that we know 2, 3, 4, 5 people who, once we show them the business and they connect into the business, they will show their 2, 3, 4, 5 people, Abby, only to realize that what Eric Worre shows is the reality of the business. And then what happens when you find out that this is the reality? A lot of us have not been able to stomach this reality. So many of us find it so disheartening to pick up from this reality, because the anticipation, the expectation we had was that once I connect James and Tokwe, once I connect Juliet and Chika, it's finished now. It's not one on the left, one on the right. Only to realize that Chika comes into the business and is a what? Is a consumer. He doesn't even want to do anything. The person just signed up. In fact, my brother, why I signed up is because you are the one doing the business. Why I signed up is because my friend was doing it. Has anyone had anything like that? I signed up because he's a priest. That's why I signed up. You start hearing such things from such individuals, and the reality sets in that, man, 2 getting 2 and 3 getting 3 and 4 getting 4 and 5 getting 5 does not do it. And then what happens? The challenge comes. We get the rejection. We are thrown aback by this awakening that, man, it is not what it used to be. The matching bonus, the 150,000 direct referral bonus doesn't now seem like money we can earn. It seems like an impossible mountain to climb. It seems like there is a deep valley in between us and achieving this goal. So what has happened to so many of us? We have gotten so confused that we don't even know what to do next. We've gotten so disturbed that we don't even know the next steps to take to be able to even achieve some level of success in the business. And it is for that purpose that I have brought you here today. The purpose of helping you to demystify the confusion. The purpose of helping you to stand up again and face the reality of the business. Because so many of us are beginning to give up on our dreams. So many of us are beginning to give up on those things we saw that made us decide to do the business. But I want to tell you this. Whenever you feel like quitting this business, I want you to remember these exact words of Eric Worre. Stay with me while I share it with you.
Welcome to Network Marketing Pro. My name is Eric Worre. Have you ever thought about quitting your network marketing business? Have you ever gotten just so discouraged that you say, you know what? I don't need this. I'm going to go back to that job. This is the ups and downs are just too much. If you haven't had that experience, stick around, because everyone that I know that's ever been involved in this business has had those days, have had those thoughts. Now, it's not just limited to people in network marketing. It's limited to all entrepreneurs. All entrepreneurs deal with this issue of self-doubt, of challenge, of difficulty, of struggle. And I don't know what it is for you. I mean, for me, so many things went through my mind. Maybe this isn't for me. Maybe this just isn't my thing. Maybe other people are made for this. Maybe I'm not. Maybe entrepreneurs need to be born, because I wasn't born an entrepreneur. Maybe I just need to be realistic and just go get a job. Maybe I don't have the discipline for this. Or some days when I would just say, you know, I would get so discouraged with people because I couldn't get people to do the actions that I was willing to do. Maybe I'm just not a good enough leader. Maybe the product isn't, valuable enough. Maybe the compensation plan doesn't pay as much as I think it should. Maybe I'm in a country or a part of the world that is, I feel is more resistant to network marketing than any other part of the world. So because of that, I'm gonna struggle or whatever. There's the list is so long when it comes to reasons to check out, reasons to walk away. You miss that rank, you push for that goal, you get embarrassed, you fall on your face in front of your group, you go try and do a presentation, it doesn't go very well. You drive across town, you go across the country even to do a meeting and nobody shows up. Somebody in your company makes you feel bad or makes you feel small, and because of that, you get your feelings hurt. There's so many reasons to quit. And here's my message for you this week. If you're looking for a reason to quit, they're all there. I just gave you a whole bunch of them. There's a whole menu of reasons that you can choose, and no one will blame you. You can say, hey, because of this, I decided not to do it, and that makes you feel better, and that explains it to the world, and you move on with your life. There will always be a reason to quit. But if your dream is strong enough, there will always be a reason to stay. There will always be a reason to push through. There will always be a reason to help others. Maybe it's knowing that your product or service is going to have an impact on the world and you can't let that go. Or maybe it's you're rescuing people from desperate lives. Maybe it's taking care of those family members that maybe can't take care of themselves as well as maybe you could help them do. Maybe it's giving to the causes that are important to you. Maybe it's seeing that next person in your group, the fire light up in their eyes because of you, because you persevered, because you worked when no one else was watching, because you decided to do something that other people weren't willing to do. That sense of pride that you did something, that sense of pride that you went through the battle, that sense of pride that you stood for something. That's more valuable, in my opinion, than living a life full of regrets. Going through the challenge. Understand the challenge is what makes something of you. The challenge is what creates something of you. They say what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. I think that's true. What doesn't kill you does make you stronger. That doesn't mean it doesn't hurt. It hurts, but it makes you stronger. And I will tell you, it's the struggle for the past, since 1988, when I got involved in network marketing. It's the struggle that forced me to become the person that I am today, and I'm proud of the person that I am today. Without the struggle, if it would have been easy every single day, I wouldn't have become much. I would have been just an immature idiot running around with money versus somebody who's learned and grown and expanded and gotten better. Because even though I had those days when I wanted to quit, I found a reason to stay. I found a reason to keep going. I found a reason to work through my fears. I found a way to conquer the struggle. So I don't know where I find you on this day, when this message finds you, but if it's landing on you on a particularly bad day, just understand this. There's always a reason to quit, but there's also always a reason to stay. And if you have somebody in your organization that maybe is going through a struggle, have them listen to this. Because I will tell you, network marketing isn't perfect, but it's better. And the struggle is worth it. That's our show for today.
Okay. We can find or we can identify so many reasons why we should quit. So many reasons why we should go back to what we used to do. Our uplines are pains in the ass. Our downlines are not doing what we asked them to do. The people we are prospecting are giving us a tough time, and all those issues, right? But we look at it again, we can always find a reason to stay and not quit. We can always find a reason to show up and do what we need to do, right? Did this meet anybody at the right spot? What Eric Worre just shared with us, did it talk to anyone? Did it speak to anyone at the right spot? If it did, let us know, okay? Now, what about when you are doing the activities day in, day out, but it feels as if you are stuck? I want you also to listen to this. Pay attention.
Welcome to Network Marketing Pro. My name is Eric Worre, and today I want to talk about how to get unstuck. We talk a lot in network marketing about all-out massive action, taking these radical, crazy, big goals, big numbers, big recruiting, big activity. But sometimes you just get stuck. If you've been around this profession for any period of time, there's sometimes we just lose momentum. And there's this thing called a lost day. Have you ever had a lost day? Here's what a lost day is. You get up, you get going, and then you start, maybe you turn on the television, and pretty soon it's a lost day. Or maybe you turn on your computer and you start scrolling on Facebook, and pretty soon it's a lost day. Whatever the distraction is, something happens, it gets in your way, and pretty soon a day turns into 3 days. The 3 days turn into a week. And those lost days can turn into lost months, which is lost opportunity. It's like your store, network marketing being your store being closed during those periods of time. So how do you avoid lost days? How do you break out of a slump? How do you get activity going at all? Not necessarily major activity, just getting some activity. What's worked for me and what I think will work for you. Sometimes you just need to do one thing. Sometimes, for example, you just need to say, today I'm going to set one appointment. That's all I'm going to do. And get that win, get that success, get that movement, activity. And then tomorrow you'll pick one thing again. And understand, if you just do one thing every day in the pursuit of the growth of your business, you're going to find yourself in a new rhythm. You're going to find yourself in a position of developing some momentum. And then you'll get enough belief, enough confidence, enough posture in order to be able to say, okay, now I'm going to do 2 things today. I'm going to do 3 things today. I'm going to do 4 things today, whatever that is. And those lost days will start to fade. Those lost weeks, those lost months will start to become part of your memory. So here's what I want you to pay attention to. Are you allowing lost days to accumulate without stopping them? Just notice, is that happening in your life, in your business? Okay? If it is, then adopt this method of just pick one thing and do one productive thing today, something that'll move you in the direction of your business and of your life, okay? And then once you get a little bit of momentum, then 2 things, and then 3 things. And pretty soon, you'll find yourself on track. Pretty soon, you'll find yourself productive. Pretty soon, you'll find yourself in momentum. And once you get the posture ready, then boom, go give it a major burst for a week or a month or 90 days in order to be able to create radical results and radical success in your business, okay? So I hope that helps you get unstuck. I hope that helps you eliminate those lost days, those lost weeks, those lost months that can plague distributor in network marketing, because you deserve success. You deserve the best. Sometimes you just got to break free of inactivity and just get some movement. So that's our show. Hope you got value from it.
Did we get that? When it feels like, man, I'm stuck here, I'm stuck, this thing is not working, what do? Instead of trying to prospect, invite, present, follow up, just take one thing, just one. There is this miracle, there is this magic that happens with winning, no matter how small. You win in one thing, your mind will want to win again and again and again. Now, the moment you have picked momentum, you can now give it a burst. Rather than trying to do everything, you get so overwhelmed and you get nothing done, okay? I hope this helps someone. But again, our business, when you realize that our business is really hard, what do? Listen to Eric Worre again. Stay with me. Is anybody getting any value from these snippets of Eric Worre mentoring? Is anybody getting any value from it? If you are, kindly let us know in the chat room, okay? Now, listen to this.
Welcome to Network Marketing Pro. My name is Eric Worre, and today I want to talk about an important topic, especially for entrepreneurs. Here's the issue. People tell me all the time, God, building a business is hard. Network marketing is hard. Motivating myself is hard, right? You get all these hard things. And guess what most people want to do is they want to avoid hard. They want to avoid the things that are difficult, the things that are challenging them, the things that are pushing them. They think that they went to school and they got the hard part over, and now they want things to be easy. Now, I have a news flash for you. Life doesn't get easier. You just have to learn how to work through the hard until it becomes familiar to you. Because here's the thing. Is staying in a job that you hate, getting paid a fraction of what you're worth, is that hard or easy? Answer is it's hard. It's hard to stay where you are and live at a fraction of your potential. Now, is building a network marketing business and motivating yourself and employing yourself and developing your skills and dealing with your emotional ups and downs, is that hard or easy? Answer is hard. So they're both hard. Staying in that unsatisfying job, getting paid a fraction of what you're worth is hard. Building a network marketing business and dealing with the ups and downs, doing it by yourself, that's hard. They're both hard. So here's my point to you. Choose your hard. You want to live with this hard or this hard? Do you want to live with the regret of dealing with life at a fraction of your potential? Or do you want to have the satisfaction of going through and building something that you actually deserve? Choose your hard. Having somebody else tell you what to do every day is hard. Telling yourself what to do and motivating yourself is hard. Choose your hard. Right? Deciding, going to your convention no matter what is hard. Not going to your convention is also hard. See what I mean? emotionally to miss out on that, choose your heart. Which one are you going to choose? Which decision are you going to make? Stop trying to get to easy. Now, I will tell you, there is an easy path. There are some things that, I'll start over and say it better. Another chapter of this conversation is everything that is easy in your life was once hard. It was once hard to walk as a toddler, and then it became easy. It was once hard to ride a bicycle, and then it became easy. It was once hard to learn how to read, and then it became easy. It was once, all the things that are now easy in your life were hard at one point. So understand that if you want to grow your network marketing business, if you want to grow yourself, you want to develop yourself, understand that you might have to go back into what they call growing pains. You might have to accept the fact that it's going to be uncomfortable in order to be able to get where you want to go. So on the first side, choose your heart. You have a choice of which heart you're going to deal with. Okay? And on the second side, everything that is now easy was once hard. So just understand, it's very difficult to accept a life that doesn't grow. I mean, it's very discouraging. If you think about a tree, the bark breaks every winter and it expands, those rings in the tree. You see those rings, that's like a person, but in most people, they expand only as far as they're forced to expand, and then they stop. And then they search for easy all the time. They stop looking for hard. The tree that continues to grow into a mighty, incredible, amazing, spectacular tree is the one that continues to grow, continues to grow, continues to go through those hard seasons in order to eventually get more comfortable with the new skill set. So I will tell you, speaking for me now is easy. It was once hard. Disciplining myself is now pretty easy. It was once incredibly hard. Reading and learning today for me is easy. It's second nature. It was once hard. But the third chapter I'll give you for this week is this. First one is choose your hard. Second one is everything that is easy in your life was once hard. And the third one is it's very difficult to get better and look good at the same time. Sometimes you have to just swallow your pride a little bit and be willing to be a novice again. Some of you are top of your profession, you're top of your industry, the last thing in the world you want to do is be an amateur again, be a novice again, be a beginner again. But here's the cool thing about network marketing. It'll give you the grace to be able to develop. It'll give you a support system to be able to become more as you start to build your skills, you start to build your beliefs, you start to build your mindset. It'll give you the space to be able to do it. So be willing to be silly, be willing to be outrageous, be willing to be an amateur and a beginner again. Understand that if you want to get to easy, everything in your life that is easy to do right now was once hard to do. And choose your heart. Which heart would you rather have? This heart of living at 2% of your potential, 5% of your potential, 10% of your potential, repeating the same things over and over and over again, living a life of what if and I could have and regret, or the heart of I'm going to challenge myself, I'm going to build something, I'm going to employ myself, I'm going to develop the skills in network marketing, I'm going to learn something that I don't know right now, I'm going to grow. Which heart is going to be most valuable when you look back on your life? Which heart is going to be most valuable? Which one is going to help you the most when it comes to satisfaction, when it comes to how you feel about what you do every day? I believe that is the challenging road. That road less traveled, the road that isn't the highway, the road that's the rocky hill sometimes. That's the one that gives you the most satisfaction. At least it has for me. So I hope that helps you to choose your heart, to develop some fortitude and understand that the meaning that you apply to the struggle in your life will make a difference in how you live your dream. It's worth it. I promise.
Okay. There are three things he spoke about. Three things.
Welcome to Network Marketing Pro.
There are three things he spoke about here. Very, 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 very powerful. The first thing he said is what? Choose your heart. Having things to do with money and not being able to provide the money, is it easy or hard? It is hard. Getting up in the morning and having to face the traffic because you are staying in Maraba, you're staying in Nyanya. Is it easy or hard? It's hard. Having bills to pay and you can't afford it, is it easy or hard? It's hard. Now, going through the numbers, going through the rejection, going through the activities, building your team, is it easy or hard? It is hard. It is really hard. Building your team and everything goes to shambles and you start off again, build again, and it goes to pieces again. Is it easy or hard? It's hard. But Eric Worre says, choose your heart. You can either choose the one you don't like, which cannot get you what you want, or choose the one you don't also like, but will get you what you want. Choose your heart. Now, the second thing he said is this. He said, anything that is easy today was once hard. The moment he talked about bike, I remember the first days I tried learning how to ride a bicycle. Oh man, I was learning with my classmates' bicycle in sex school. It was, oh goodness. I used the money they gave me for evening lessons to pay for the money, to pay for the damages I did on the bike. I remember, it's still clear because I crashed the guy's bike. I crashed it. But I can ride a bicycle conveniently now, but it was very hard. I can ride a power bike now. It was not easy at the start. So the first thing he said, which is very, very powerful, is choose your heart. Secondly, everything that is easy now was once hard. So for us to make the activities, the rejections to become easy, we just have to keep doing it and in the right numbers. Now, the third thing he said is this. He said, it is difficult. It's difficult to be better and look good at the same time. What this talks about is our ego. We don't get what we want. Can we submit ourselves back to training, back to the field to do the activities and ignore what people will say, ignore what people will think about us? Because when we get our results, the same people will also be there to celebrate us. Did anybody get value from this? Let me see your comments in the chat room if you got value from what he just shared with us. Number one, choose your heart. Number two, everything that is easy now was once hard. And number three, it is very difficult to be better and look good at the same time. Now, the third thing I have for us, stay with me. You look around you, you're wondering, other people are creating success. Why not me? Other people are succeeding more than me. What's going on? Has this become has this worried any one of us? People are succeeding and you are not. Has it worried you? Stay with me and listen to Eric Worre. He has a full dose for us this morning. Stay with me.
Hey everybody, Eric Worre here. Welcome to networkmarketingpro.com. Do you ever get discouraged by other people's success in network marketing? I know that I did. When I first got started in network marketing, it was so frustrating to feel like you're working hard and watch someone else succeed looking like they're not working at all. Or maybe you start thinking, maybe they have context, or maybe they got some natural ability that I don't have. And this comparing situation, sometimes it can be used as fuel, other times it can be really discouraging. So I will tell you how I dealt with this, because I'm a very competitive person. I don't know about you, but I'm a very competitive person. When I see somebody else getting better success than me, I want to get what they have as quick as I can. And so to combat this comparing anxiety that I went with, I did 3 things. One is I stopped comparing with them and I started comparing with myself. I started saying, look, I'm not going to compare against somebody else's life experience. All I can do is compare against myself and improve every single day. So I took the pressure off being outer directed and made it more inner directed. That's number one thing that I did. Number 2 is, and Jim Rohn helped me with this, is he said, Eric, he told me in courses and then ultimately face to face, he said, Eric, instead of worrying about that, worry more about getting better. And I was like, okay, wow. Worry more about your skills instead of their successes. Worry more about your understanding, your mindset, your strategy, right? Your learning. That was the second thing that I really got solid on is get better. Don't get mad, get better. Don't get upset, get better. Don't compare, get better, right? So I started to do that, and I really went to work on my skills. And the third thing that I did to help with the comparing challenge is I practiced. I not only compared with myself and I worked on the skills, but I put that stuff into practice. I really decided that I was going to not just think about it, but I was going to take action. The learning was going to be in the doing. If I stayed in motion when other people slowed down, then I was going to be able to get momentum and traction and progress, and it worked for me. Those 3 things. Now, let me transition those 3 things in the comparing disease to what's going on inside of social media. A lot of different things are happening inside of social media.
Now, did we get that? When we feel other people are doing better than us, when we start comparing ourselves and our successes with theirs, what is Eric Worre advising us to do that will get us better results? Number 1, he said what? Did we get that? When we feel other people are doing better than us, what's the first thing he said we should do? Yes, let me see how many of us got that. The first thing he said we should do, instead of comparing or instead of focusing, okay, he said, compare yourself. Let the comparison, let the comparison be between you and yourself. Stop comparing yourself with other people. Stop doing that. Compare with yourself. That's the first thing you should do. Stop comparing with other people. Number 2, he said, well, what's the second thing he said? Compete with yourself. Compare. Let the comparison be with yourself. Number 2 thing he said is what? Number 2 thing he said is what? Get better. How do you get better? By learning the skills, by learning how to prospect better, by learning how to invite better, by learning how to present better, by learning how to follow up better, by learning how to get your new distributors properly started, by learning how to promote your events better. And the third thing he said is what? Practice, 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 practice. Practice helps you to perfect your skills. It boosts your confidence. Practice, practice, practice. So you are now focusing on getting better, competing with yourself and not competing with anyone, not focusing on anyone. Did we get value there? Did we get value there? Did we get value there? Okay. Now, we're already behind schedule, but I'm going to tell you this as we begin to close. Your dreams are very, very, very valid. The things you want to achieve in this business, they are genuine and can be achieved. All you have to do is this. Focus on getting better. Unstuck yourself and take it one activity at a time till you create back that momentum that drives you. Envision those dreams as if they are already there and walk your way every day to get you closer and closer and closer to achieving those dreams. Because I tell you, by you envisioning this, by you imagining this as if they're already there, you will get those, your dreams, by practicing and not caring about what result it is now, but your goal is to get better at it, do it again, get better at it, do it again, get better at it. I tell you, those dreams that you can envision will become your reality.
Hey everybody, this is Eric Worre and welcome to NetworkMarketingPro.com. Today I want to talk to you about the law of attraction. This whole idea, you've seen it in many forms. You've seen it in The Secret, you've heard it in the book As a Man Thinketh. It's a biblical principle. This idea of what you think about comes about. And I wanted to talk to you about how that's impacted my life and also how it can impact your network marketing career. There have been times, there's two different kinds of situations where this has worked for me. One has been when I would just focus on something, I would want something, I would visualize it very clearly in my mind, and then I would just relax, and it would happen. I'll give you one example. When I was in my early 20s, I got a hold of Jim Rohn audio cassette for the very first time, a bootleg copy of a talk he did to Shackley many, many years ago called The Seed and the Sower. And I listened to that thing hundreds of times. And then I bought his Challenge to Succeed program, which was back then called Challenge to Succeed in the 90s, which is like in the future, right? Challenge to Succeed program. And I wore that thing out. And I made a mental note that, you know what? I'm going to work with Jim Rohn. I'm going to work with him. I'm going to do business with him. I'm going to become friends with him. And, my prospects of doing that were just so tiny because I was just, average little dude, no connection whatsoever. But fast forward a few years, 1992, myself and a few partners start a company called, 1994, we start a company called TPN, the People's Network, and we make a connection with Mr. Jim Rohn. And overnight, I'm producing video programs with him, and he's coming to our office, and we're spending time together. We're doing events together. We're sharing the stage together. We become friends. And it's just fascinating. How does this happen? I don't know, but it's something I imagine. It took a few years for it to come to pass. I had no idea it was going to happen prior to that, and it just happened. Another example, I was about to start a company called Better Life Media, which was going to be a personal development television network, nationwide, U.S.-based company. Not a network marketing company, but it was just a media company. And there was a gentleman that I wanted to meet. His name was Jonathan Lazier. He was a big literary agent here in Minneapolis. And I just wanted to get to know him. I wanted to talk to him. And I tried to contact him through his different agents and different avenues to get a hold of him. Was not successful. Every avenue was blocked. So I just kind of internally smiled and just forgot about it. So you know what? It's going to happen. I don't need to worry about it. Well, a few months later, somebody calls and says, there's somebody I need to introduce you to. I said, who's that? They said, Jonathan Lazier. And I went, Again, it's like a magnet. It's something happens in the universe and everything changes. So how does this work in a network marketing business? How does it work for me? How can it work for you? Here's what happens. When you clearly get in your mind what it is that you want to become, to achieve, to attract, to contribute, whatever it is, you get that picture so clearly in your mind, and it becomes your dominant thought. Two things happen. One, the universe kicks in and it starts attracting towards you. But two, probably as big, if not bigger, is your subconscious brain starts to work overtime. So even when you're not consciously thinking about something, it's grinding and grinding and grinding and grinding. And a million times you could have taken a right turn or a left turn. You take the turn that will lead you in the direction of that dream without even realizing it. And it's thousands and thousands and thousands of those little course corrections that happens in your unconscious mind. When you're dreaming, when you're in the shower, when you're doing whatever. It changes the books that you read. It changes the relationships that you're involved in. It changes the efforts that you do every day. Your subconscious brain, when that dominant thought becomes really clear in your mind. So here's what you need to do. If you want to be able to use this power for yourself, is you need to determine what it is that you want in your network marketing career. Number one. Number two, you need to clearly see it in your mind's eye. You need to know what it smells like and what it looks like and what it tastes like and how you're going to feel and how other people are going to look at you and how you're going to be able to contribute and what that's going to feel like. And you have to just totally immerse yourself in that feeling, and then let your subconscious brain go to work and let the universe go to work to start making those thousands of little decisions. You can't just do it and then not work. The thousands of decisions between now and the time that it becomes real are what's going to change everything for you. Okay? So that's a little show on the secret and what it can do for you. I hope you find it valuable. If you do, please share it around with your friends. Encourage people to
Said three things in the last video. Three things. He mentioned three things. Number one thing he mentioned, who caught it? Who caught the first thing he mentioned? The first thing he mentioned. In bringing your dreams to reality, what was the first thing Eric Worre mentioned? Do you want to watch that video again? Determine what you want. That's the first thing. What do you want from this business? It has to be very clear. You know, while he was speaking, something just struck me in my head. There is something I've been wanting that I have not actually decided what exactly I want. And I think that's the reason why I have not gotten it yet. And I'm going to determine. In fact, as I'm speaking to you, I've already, in fact, determination is noun. As he was talking, it was like, that's why it's clear, because I have not, there has been very many things around it. I've not decided what I want. He said, determine what you want. Number two thing he said is what? Number two thing he said, when you determine, what do you do? Number two thing, he said, visualize it. Visualize it. That's feel it as if it's real, as if it's already there. It's so clear in your mind that it's not in doubt. They wake you up from your dream. What is it? It's clear. That's what you want. It's so clear. You can feel it. And then, number three, he said what? Let the universe go to work to make it a reality. Let the universe go to work to make it a reality. I don't know where everything we have shared with you today meets you, but I tell you, ladies and gentlemen, great achievers, following all these pieces of advice given to us today by Eric Worre, we can see ourselves, picking ourselves from wherever level we are currently to becoming more powerful, to achieving more in our business. When those moments come, when you feel like it is over, remember, there is a reason to get back on track. Remember that the life of not achieving your full potentials is hard. And achieving success through this opportunity is also hard. My best advice to us will be to choose the right hard, because either way is hard. But I tell you one good thing about choosing the hard of working through this business. Let me tell you the good part. You have this family behind you. You have this family who are there encouraging you, letting you know that it is possible, letting you know that those dreams of yours are very valid and will become your reality once you keep at it. So I celebrate each and every one of us. I commend each and every one of us who have not quit, who have not given up, and who are ready to unstuck ourselves, who are ready to give it a renewed push, and who are ready to achieve their dreams. Remember what the son of Les Brown told his father: it is not over until I win. I want you to tell yourself and tell that situation and tell that rejection and tell that prospect not showing up and tell that sign up that refused to do anything and tell all those negativities that it is not yet over until you win. It is not over. I am not done here. I can't be done. I am done when I am done. And for me to be done is when I win. Let that be your inspiration today as you march into a new week. So thank you, everyone. I believe some of us got value. Maybe not all of us, but I believe some of us got value. And if you got value, use it to your advantage and also inspire others. I can see some great achievers leaders here. I'll give them an opportunity just in 30 seconds each to say a word or two, and we call it a day. Okay? Dear Leader Matthew, what word do you have for great achievers who have been with us this morning?
Thank you so much, sir. God bless you for this, an amazing impartation this morning. One thing I want us to understand here is this, from what I learned from Eric Worre this morning, so that everything that was once easy, that is easy today we are doing, was once hard. Just like the instance we give from the bicycle, even the prospecting, even the guy that is doing mentorship today, it was not like this before. It was one hard for him, but today is easy because why? He learned. So my advice for everyone is this: face your growing pains. Just face the pains so that you can get better tomorrow. God bless you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Matthew. I can see Rich King. Mr. King, what word do you have for great achievers? Is King, I thought I saw him now. The network threw him out. Oh, sorry about that. Mr. Chike, what do you have for great achievers before we call it a day this morning?
Good morning, great achievers. Good morning, Gam. A massive training this morning. Dangote, the richest man in Africa, was once asked about his wealth, and he said, yes, it is not easy to be where he is today. Now, what am I trying to say? To be rich is not easy, it's hard. And also to be poor is also hard. Now the question is, choose your hard. I believe everyone here wants to choose the hard of being rich. Let's go out there, do all we can to be that rich. Thank you very much, Gam. I wish us a blessed week ahead. Thank you.
Thank you. Lastly, Mr. Ike, what do you have for great achievers?
Good morning, Gam. Good morning, great achievers. Good morning, everyone. Everyone has said it over and over, and then I'll just lend my voice to it too. It's hard, it's tough, it's difficult, but it's worth it at the end of the day. So let's make a choice to stay on the lane that will be worth it at the end of the day, because if everything is hard and the destination of every of these things do not have a fulfilling destination, and you know your destination here in this business is actually going to be fulfilling, then at the end of the day, it's going to be worth it. So let's stick to it. It might be tough, it might be hard, it might be difficult, but let's keep going. It will crack open and then it will be better. Thank you very much, Gam. God bless you, sir.
Okay, thank you, everyone. And with that, we come to the end of the Super Monday Cell meeting. If you got value today, utilize it for yourself, use it for the week, use it to empower and enrich yourself, use it to build your business and take it to a better level, use it to empower other people around you. So to see ourselves again this time next week, and then the individual cell leaders will take it up from tomorrow with their team members. I celebrate each and every one of you, and I wish you the best as you go into the new week. For the leaders, we'll be having our session shortly. So I need a Muslim brother or sister who would do our affirmation and closing prayer? A Muslim brother, a Muslim sister. Okay, who do we have here? Where am I? Tenacious ABRRA. Oh, yeah. Unmute yourself. Someone please help us post the affirmation in the chat room.
Good morning, Ganda. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for the privilege, and thank you for the training today. Chai, extra energy added to the one I came out with today. Thank you, sir.
I tell you.
So,
you're welcome.
Yes, sir. So quickly, somebody share post the affirmation. Please, with the energy we got from the training this morning, I want us to shout, let the roof in my office full of. Yeah? That's the energy we're going to use for our affirmation. So now, on the count of 3, our hands on our chest. 1, 2, go. Who am I?
I am the leader, every other leader follows.
Who am I? I
am the best there is and the best there can ever be.
Who am I?
I am the pacesetter of pacesetters.
Who am I? I
have a heart of gold, a heart that cares for the success of other people.
Who am I?
I am selfless, always looking out for my teammates.
Who am I?
People that join my team become very successful within a short period of time.
Who am I?
I am disciplined and I follow through on my commitments.
Who am I?
I am a success and I create success at will.
Who am I?
Nobody and nothing should stop me from realizing my potentials in the connected economy.
Who am I?
I am a multi-millionaire.
Who am I?
I am a millionaire creator.
Who am I?
I am limitless.
Who am I?
I am a champion.
Who am I?
I have no excuses.
Who am I?
I am a 21st century CEO.
Who am
I am the unstoppable achiever.
Yes, that's who we are. So, Salah ala Nabi Karim. Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina Muhammad wa ala ali Muhammad. Kama sallaita ala Ibrahim wa ala ali Ibrahim. Innaka Hamidul Majid. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alamin. Ar-Rahmanir Rahim. Maliki Yawmiddin. Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. Ihdina siratal mustaqim. Siratal ladzina an'amta alaihim. Ghayril maghdubi alaihim waladdallin. Amen. Oh Lord, as we've listened to this training this morning, we know so many of us are surrounded in an environment where they don't support what we do. But God, I want and I ask from you, as he said, ask and it shall be given to you. I ask from you this morning that this positive energy will be what will flow in our blood throughout this week and beyond. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alamin. Ar-Rahmanir-Rahim. Ar-Rahmanir-Rahim. Maliki Yawmiddin. Maliki Yawmiddin. Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. Ihdina siratal mustaqim. Siratal ladzina an'amta alaihim. Ghayril maghdubi alaihim waladdallin. Amen. Let's go all out and be productive. Thank you, guys.
Thank you very much, everyone. See you again next week, Monday. Okay? Bye for now. Let's make this week count.
Thank you, Gam.
God bless you too. God bless you too.
Thank you. Thank you.
God bless you.
God bless you.
God bless you, boss.
God bless you. Have a nice day, everyone.
Thank
you. Have a nice day.
Mama. Good morning. How are you?